Does anyone know what clasped thumbs are? And my source of information was my doctor, Dr. Weckerser, at the Babies and Children's Hospital in Cleveland, Ohio. My grandfather had 11 children and 30 grandchildren. I was the lucky one. I inherited his hands. My granddad had clasped thumbs. I also had clasped thumbs. Now, what that means, it's a congenital birth defect. And when I was born, my thumb was clasped inside my fist. Now, you're probably wondering how that became or could become a business challenge. People's perception of who you are and what they see of you can really affect your chances in life and things you grow with. When we talk about the diagnosis, at that point, there are very little diagnosis on that particular issue, and it's changed over the years. Actually, the commercials now are for people whose fingers don't go flat on the table. As a 2-month-old, I was able to get into the Journal of Bone and Health because I was a test child at that point. Some of the causes, it could be the tendons in your hand, it could be the thumb, it could be flexor muscles. At that point in the early 1950s, they really didn't know how to diagnose that particular issue. And from looking at it from the standpoint of treatments, there were very little treatments at that point. It could be done by surgery. It could be done by, and those were some of the surgeries that were done on my hand. The device they put on my hand to quote unquote stretch my fingers out looked something like that. Now, the first business challenge I had was I went to get a job at the Ford Motor Plant in Walton Hills, Ohio. And the guy took one look at me, took a look at my hands, and he says, "We can't hire you. We have enough injuries here without hiring somebody who already has, quote unquote, a hand issue." Going forward in life, numbers of people have looked at my hands and for whatever reason thought I had rheumatoid arthritis at an early age, and I had to explain to them what was actually going on. But when I asked the question, and I know that for me, that's been a challenge growing up in an early life, to have people decide my fate based on their experience. Think about the business challenges you have when people look at your life and not know the whole story and want to give you their ideas of what's right or wrong. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.